Hello and welcome. I am Gimba Umar. Tonight, residents of the Lagos community count their losses after the demolition of the settlement allegedly by the Lagos state government. Former President Goodluck Jonathan challenges political office holders to make meaningful impact in the lives of Nigerians. The national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Ali-Modu asked members to accept recommendations by Governor Dixon's committee to end the party's leadership crisis. And a man is shot dead after trying to seize a soldier's weapon at Paris Orly Airport.
On business news tonight, global ratings agency Standard & Poor's affirms Nigeria's credit rating at B on stable oil outlook.
On sports news tonight, Rivers United's quest to reach the group phase of the CAF Champions League ends in a 4-3 aggregate loss to Sudanese club Al Merrikh.
We'll begin tonight with former Nigerian President Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, who has challenged those in political leadership to commit to making a difference in the lives of the people. He was speaking when he visited the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, at the government house in Port Harcourt, the state capital, where he commended the governor for his developmental strides in the state. Dr. Jonathan also expressed gratitude to Nigerians for accepting his person, even after leaving office.
If we are appointed as a chief executive, we are appointed as a chief executive of an institution or appointed as a political office holder of an institution, and you go and stay there for 2 years and you're unable to add anything, then you have no vision. If you have a vision, you will see something that you will change, that you will put your signature there. So even when you leave, people will say that that modification was done in your time. And that is how societies grow. And that's how we modify the infrastructure we have to make it better every day. So Wike is doing well. We commend him. He's a good representative of PDP that is committed to developing the people. I believe he will even do more. You know, I have to thank Nigerians for still accepting me, because in some cases when you leave office under certain circumstances, I lost elections. It's not a dignifying thing to say that you lost election. Sometimes people want to even vote at you, but this case is the opposite that we see. Wherever we go, people still appreciate the little we have done. So I have to thank Nigerians for being appreciative.
Nigeria's former president, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, and staying in Rivers State, the Nigerian army has destroyed over 900 arms and ammunitions recovered during the Rivers State government amnesty program, which was concluded in November last year. 60 days of disarmament saw thousands of cultists and other criminals surrender their arms. Our correspondent Emmanuel Array reports.
The open field of Igruta shooting range in Ikwere local government area of Rivers State. Hundreds of arms, ammunition, explosive materials and other items recovered during the Rivers State Amnesty Program are piled up. The Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike joins the 6th Division of the Nigerian Army as it destroyed the weapons.
This idea of amnesty program was conceived at the State Security Council meeting. It was not my initiative. It was by the Security Council meeting. I know that there are some security agencies that did not support the program, but we give God the glory.
The special advisor to the governor on amnesty gives a background to the event.
Excellency, in synergy with the security agencies, worked out means for which the rising trend of cultism and criminality will be solved forever in Rivers State.
Before leading the exercise, the officer in charge of disposal, 6th Division, prepares everyone for what is to come.
We are destroying by sound of thunder, which we all experience here, for peaceful purposes within the Rivers State.
Then a tour of the demolition ground. An initiation of the peace fire and shredding of arms. Sounds of explosion rend the air as the burning commences. The governor thinks the same peace process should be extended to Ogoniland.
I would also like to extend to the Ogoni areas. In particular, I will let the Security Council know that we have to work out a special project for that area so we can have total peace. It's important for us. Port Harcourt cannot be calm, and then Ogoni will cannot be calm, and Ogoni will feel to be calm.
Expectations are high that this exercise will further strengthen the peace and security in the state. Emmanuel Irei, Channels Television News.
Some residents at the Lekki axis of the state have continued to count their losses following the demolition of their settlement and other riverine communities, allegedly by the Lagos state government. All the exercise is believed to have been carried out against the order of a Lagos High Court restraining the state government from further engaging in what is described as forceful eviction. Channels Television visited the affected communities in the aftermath of the latest demolition.
This is the Todogbame community, a fishing settlement located around the riverine area of Lekki. This is not the first demolition that has occurred at the Todogbame and other waterfront communities. A similar exercise was carried out in the early hours of November 9th, 2016, a day after a Lagos State High Court granted an injunction against the action. Thousands of members of the community marched to the Lagos State Governor's office to seek his intervention. Although no one attended to them, the demolition stopped, and it did seem as if peace had returned. 5 months later, the communities again are taken unawares as earth-moving equipment rolled into their area in the early hours of Friday. The residents claim that a team of anti-terror police officers and officials of the state's environmental task force stormed Todogbame and other waterfront communities, started pulling down houses and other structures in a bid to forcefully evict them. The wreckage left here says enough to support their claim.
Those people that came here yesterday, they mentioned government, and we vote for them there. We don't know that this is what they are going to use to pay it back to us. We don't know what we did. But all our something they've spread. Since yesterday, I haven't closed my eye. This is my property. These are my children. This is my children. These are your children? Yes.
How did you get to this place at first?
Yeah, I just come and rent a house here simply because I'm working inside Lekki here. That is it.
Okay, what do you do for a living?
I'm just living here. I'm doing my business here. I'm a building supply materials.
So who did you pay rent to?
We pay rent to Megba family.
Megba?
Yeah. That is our landlord.
Schools, clinics, churches are among public facilities affected by the demolition. Families now take refuge in makeshift structures constructed on water. Those affected are now rendered homeless.
Their school is here. They are going to private school. We have secondary school here and primary school. They've demolished everything.
Megan Chapman, whose organization Justice and Empowerment Initiative has been involved in mediating between the residents of Todogbame and the Lagos state government, explains the legal implication.
We approached the officials on ground, that's the Lagos State Task Force, and we told them that there's a court order ordering this shouldn't happen, that there shouldn't be anything like demolition, that this is disobedience of a court order, and everyone who's involved is subject to being held in contempt of court. We showed them documents, they weren't ready to listen to anything. I then took the next step and I called the state government's lawyer to notify him of what was going on, that this would affect the mediation that's going on and it would have to be brought to the attention of the court.
The organization gives figures of those affected.
Over 4,700 people were rendered homeless, and these are people who were among those who were rendered homeless last year in November when the first demolition took place, and they're people who, because of the court order and the protection of the court, they've been able to put shelters back up so that they can at least sleep at night. And what that shows us is that these people have nowhere else to go.
Governor Akinwumi Ambode had vowed to demolish all illegal waterfront communities in the state due to security concerns. But for Chapman, forceful eviction is a harsh response.
Security threat consequences demolition. It's not allowed under the law. It's actually unconstitutional. So the government has been saying it as a way of justifying, but there's no legal basis for carrying out demolitions in response to security threat.
The case is still in court at the moment, but from all indications, the demolition is one that may continue, and residents are now left to an uncertain future.
The Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, has promised to work in improving the relationship between host communities, regulators and operators as stated in the roadmap. Dr. Fayemi, who met with stakeholders in Lagos, has asked that miners cooperate with the government for smooth running of their business. Our correspondent Amy Thompson reports.
Surrounded by water, mining sand has become a means of livelihood in areas like Ikorodu, Ekpe and the shoreline around Bariga community in Lagos, where about 65 miners operate. As the law of the country stipulates, miners have to get their licenses from the federal government and a lease from the state. This is why the Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, has come to hold this town hall meeting with miners and individuals in related fields in Lagos. For the miners, it's a good opportunity to state their grievances.
They told us that we should come for a consent, 500,000 naira. And we told the ministry, we told the commission, invite us to your office, let's have a meeting with you.
The Commissioner of Energy, Olawale Oluwo, was on hand to respond to the queries.
Processes should be important to all of us, because what we want is an orderly mining process that the federal government can achieve its objectives, the state can achieve its own objectives too, and then the miners too can do their business in a very seamless manner.
Other issues such as illegal exploration of the country's solid minerals, especially by foreigners, has also been a source of concern to the stakeholders and the minister.
It's a challenge, but it could also be an opportunity if we are able to use them to train our own people who are interested in this. The area where I have a big problem with them on is this predilection to export raw all of what they take from Nigeria. I find that unacceptable, and we're taking a position on it.
Dr. Fayemi has promised to hold this meeting more often to allow closer interaction with the operators and quick answers to issues. Amy Thompson reporting for Channels Television News.
The report submitted to the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party by Governor Siraki Dixon of Bayelsa State has raised much dust, which appears to have worsened the crisis rocking the party. As part of the move to drum up support for the recommendations by the Dixon Committee, the national chairman of the PDP, Ali-Modu has visited Delta State, where he met with party members and called for their support to end in the crisis.
Majority of our party men and women across the country felt that there is need for us to come together so that the party will be reunited back to the position of 1999. And we set up this Dixon committee before even we envisaged any problem anywhere. The NEC, before the party even went to Port Harcourt Convention, it was the NEC of the party that set up that committee. And if it's a committee that was set up under my leadership, and all the party men and women in Nigeria are at the NEC meeting, if they make a recommendation in their own view and opinion, it will be a solution for our party. Why should I reject it? I'm there to build the party. I'm not there to destroy PDP. That's why, and the working committee of my party totally accepted the roadmap that Dixon put. Anybody that you see kicking against that, those are the agents of destruction.
Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Ali-Modu. In part 2, after the break, participants at the conference brainstorm on best ways of tackling the herdsmen attacks in Benue State. Stay with us.